Gemini, right now, you have opposing energies going to help you go farther in your life, mastering the light and the dark. And we're going to go into a really deep guided message for you guys for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Gemini. So I welcome you guys here. And when I'm shuffling and calling in my guides, my guardians, my angels to help in this reading, remember, they speak through me, so this is going to be their information, and I'll translate it, of course, into our language. But you are mastering something that was hidden. You're going to see it, you will see it, and you are going to conquer it. This is any secrets, anything hidden. This represents the light and the dark, okay? The light and the dark. Now, that's what we're put here on Earth to do. Geminis, you may already know this, but I'm going to share this with the people who don't. You were born here for a purpose. It is school. It is your school. This is your education as a spiritual being. You have to master love and hate, light and dark. That is what's going on in the month of May, where you're going to actually jump out of this and balance yourself. And all of a sudden, things are going to just start falling into place for you. But it doesn't come without challenges. And I feel for a lot of you, you may even right now be feeling kind of uplifted because the new moon is on the way, or it's actually here, depending on when I post this video. But that new moon in May is a big deal. And if you remember, all of these energies started, well, they've been in play for a while, but March was the beginning when we released, and then we had the solar eclipse. All of these different things started coming into play. This one is big because this is that big moment. This is the time for you to take a leap of faith, to take a risk. And I feel some of you already are en route. You've already gotten to that point, but now you're going to go further. What I mean by that is, you know, if you've gone through a spiritual awakening, you probably started learning about tarot. You took tarot classes, bought your own cards, bought your own oracle cards, made them, started watching it, really trying to understand what the meaning of tarot is. Now, you guys know me well enough to know I speak whatever I'm hearing and the visions that I see, and the cards follow whatever I'm doing. But everything we're talking about right now, as these cards just flew out, you saw me shuffle, is about balance. When we balance, when we master these two, that's when we can become a magician in our life, all right? And that's what's en route to you. Now, magician can be viewed in a very different way for all of you. It's not like it's this magic potion. It's energetically, you're going to start vibrating on a higher level through all of this transit that's going on, Gemini. And in this higher state, that's when things are going to start coming toward you, because it is no longer, I hope, or people will say, I'm so tired of. And what is that telling the universe? The first words out of your mouth is, I'm so tired. So you're always tired. Recognizing the words that you say, the way you think, is going to change everything in your life. This is part of your destiny. And it is a big part of your destiny. So you also have the card of wisdom, all right? Walking down that fine line of knowing one side from the other, of knowing that there is an unseen protection around you, even if you can't see it. You know it's there. And you know it's there because of synchronicities, because of things that have happened along the path that you've already been walking, where you just missed that accident or something came in and it's just in the nick of time, right? Avoiding and receiving. So you've mastered both sides of it, or you're about to, and it is a big deal. And it did not come without a lot of hardship. Of course it did, because that's part of our spiritual path, is learning to balance it out. So we're going to take a look at career, job, education, projects. If you are retired, if you are a stay-at-home parent, anything in between, if you don't have a job or career, that project may have everything to do with what I'm talking about. That's whatever you put your energy and attention into. We're going to look at family and friends. We're going to look at romance. And at the end, I will give you the actual guided message. So you guys, this is just like this very powerful, deep reading. Probably one of the deepest readings that I've been guided to share with Gemini in a long time. There's a lot of Gemini who've been stuck. Absolutely. There's people in general, regardless of your zodiac sign or where it is in your chart. There's just been a lot of comments in the Gemini where I can hear, I can see, and of course I energetically can feel the sense of defeat, even anger. That is lifted the last couple readings that I posted for you guys. I can see and feel that that is changing for you. Now, some of you, it's because you're recognizing all of this stuff around you. You may have been feeling overburdened when it comes to this sector of your life, career, project, whatever you're working on. The ideas that were popping in your head are still up here. Now, when I look up here, this is the future. It hasn't even happened yet. Like you're just creating it. And this is in between. It's in between the ethers and the future. So you haven't even brought it down yet. You have ideas that you are trying to manifest, but you may feel stuck. You may feel blocked. And you have this beautiful card of the Nine of Swords. Why do I call that beautiful? Because it's anxiety, and that's part of the light and the dark and mastering and balancing. So you're feeling a little bit stuck in a situation that you may not like. Overloaded. Some of you I'm seeing, they're showing me that you're overloaded in a work environment where I feel they're dumping a lot of stuff on you. So they may be going through in the company that you work for and delegating job, redesigning job descriptions and delegating it to certain people. So they take a job description and they change it, eliminate a person or two, and then they divide that up. So it is putting a lot more burden on you, or they're just letting go of people and it's all coming back on you. Your numbers for the month of May, for the entire month of May, are going to be the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, they're going to be in sequence 8, 9, 10. Those are your numbers where you're seeing them in order, just so that you know. When you start asking for guidance, when you start asking for help, you're going to see these pop all over the place. When you start asking, how do I bring this idea down? This may be going into a different career. This may try to find a job and you have not been successful, trying to get a project off the ground, or even, like I said, just trying to figure out, what am I going to do with myself? I'm bored. I feel stagnant. I don't know what to do. Analyze whatever's coming through. Analyze those synchronicities that you're going to see. There's an animal, and I'll mention that in a minute. There's an animal too. The Seven of Pentacles is analyzing everything around you, learning how to work in the environment that you're in, or deciding maybe this isn't for you and going out and putting out your resume elsewhere. And I know some of you have already done that and you're nervous because you haven't heard back. Remember, when you master the light and the dark, and they're telling me to tell you this, when you master the both sides, that's when things start flowing in easily. There cannot be any anger inside of us to make this happen, because that puts us in a low energy vibration. And in order to move from the 3D into the 4D into the 5D, you have to vibrate on a higher level and stay consistent. So if you dip down, it's going to cause a rippling effect, and it will turn into or oftentimes it turns into a negative situation. So every time you're in this work environment or you're trying to get this project up and going, this is like feeling defeat. Okay. And I feel it right here in my heart. Like it hurts your heart chakra. Okay. It's painful to you because you have put all of your energy and effort into this, and you thought you would get back. You thought something was going to happen that didn't happen. But in this month, you have a new situation coming, a new partnership, a new opportunity. Now, this is you combining forces with a new organization. This is you combining forces with an outside business. If you're a business owner, combining forces, and now it's both of you working together. For those of you where this is well, what I'm seeing, I had something kind of similar in another reading. I don't remember. So you should always be checking your sun, moon, and rising, especially your rising sign. But this is a pond, okay? And it's a beautiful pond, and there are rabbits and geese, not ducks, but these are geese. I think the other one had ducks in it. And this pond is like just a portion of this huge piece of property. Now, some of you might be going into a real estate development, trying to figure out how to put together this community center. But it may be for tiny homes. It may be a community of people who work together and live off the land. It's a very large project. If this is a humanitarian project that you are thinking of doing, or you're going to see this, but this is the thing, I see the resources coming in. You may have been analyzing, I tried this, I tried that, I need this, I need that, and all of a sudden in the month of May, bam. All right, from May 7th all the way through the end of the month. And Gemini, this is actually going to continue through August. I'm seeing the month of August for you. A new beginning, a new path, a new opportunity that is going to rise up for you, where you no longer feel this weighted energy, anxiety, fear, worry, stress, hanging on to doing everything for everybody. And we're going to look at your family, because some of you, this 10 of Wands has to do with your family. All right, we're going to look at them right now. Whatever is coming your way, be open. That is the biggest part. You got to be open. If we're holding on to anger and the low vibes, we are not open and nothing can come in. So clearing everything out. Make sure that you have cleared out your cupboards, your I'm even hearing pantry. You might have some expired food in there. If you're a food hoarder, okay, if you grew up without food, you probably have a pantry filled with food. Leave us a comment if that relates to you, because that is a big deal. That is a sure tell sign that there was a period in your life where you needed food and you didn't have access to it. So your pantry's completely filled up with it. And it's time to get rid of that, to donate it, to I'm hearing the word salvage, okay? Salvage what you can and let go of what you can't. So some of it is expired, most definitely. Regardless of what it is, it's clearing everything out. And I see Gemini here, whoop, 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 flinging things over your head. Like, nope, don't need that, don't need that. And that's what they're showing me in this vision. It's actually adorable. So make sure you're clearing everything out. Lighten the load, all right? You want to lighten the load. If you're doing too much for other people, even in your work environment, lighten the load, all right? Let's take a look at your family and friends, because some of you, I see as you're going through these cupboards, as you're going through everything, deciding what gets thrown in the trash, what gets donated, what you can sell, reuse, refurbish, and that community property that I was talking about. And maybe a center, and I don't remember the name of it, I just heard of it, where people are taking, if you need a saw, you go to this community and say, I need a saw, to borrow it or buy it at a discounted rate. Of course, it's used. And then you can exchange, swap, and then you're bringing that stuff to them. That may be what that community is. Now, for family and friends, we have the 6 of Cups, and that 6 of Cups is soul connections. All right, it's a beautiful, happy, fond memories of the past. That's what that card is talking about. And again, I do feel this has something to do with your family, where you may have been feeling like nothing is happening, okay, sitting on a rock. And I feel this is you, Gemini. Obviously, it can be your partner, it can be your children, it can be whoever is around you. But what I was seeing before I started this reading is I was guided to tell you the color red is for Gemini, where the color red in the month of May, particularly on all the way through June 24th, that is going to be a big date to wear the color red, especially for the parents and children who are estranged from each other, mothers and daughters who are not speaking, regardless of how long or why it happened. Remember, we all have a purpose. We can't always do our sole purpose while we have other people attached. It doesn't make them bad, it doesn't make you bad, and definitely doesn't give any answers to the disconnect or why it happened. Just know that there was a spiritual divide that came in and separated you. And I see a lot of the daughters are marching. It is their sole purpose. Look up what that color red means on June 24th, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. So this is a wheel of fortune again. This is a family cycle. Some of you are breaking the cycle where that's what I was just talking about. And I'm seeing it clear as day, where you are supporting them. And I don't mean calling them up, okay, but you're supporting them because you know they have a bigger purpose. And you're like, I get it now. I understand what they're supposed to do. They're changing the cycle. They're changing what is going on in their life and who the type of people they attract, and even going beyond that. It goes way beyond that. This is a big, big deal. So I feel just knowing this is going to help those of you who have been estranged, mothers and daughters, particularly, and some dads. I am seeing a few men in there as well, some fathers in there too, but parents estranged from their children. You're going to have communication coming in the month of May from somebody who I feel put a lot of burden. They put a lot of weight on you. They just threw everything on your shoulders, and kind of, it looks like they actually tried to imply that everything in their life is over dramatic. Everything in their life was your fault. Whoever this person was, they are going through their own spiritual awakening, and some of them are going to change and some of them are not. This particular situation, they've been watching you. They've been watching you from afar, trying to see what you're doing. And it's kind of, I know this isn't really the spy card, all right, but there is a person watching, and that's what I'm seeing, watching you to see how you've changed, how you've grown. Some of these people that I'm talking about are not good people, and they are your family, they are your friends, or so you thought. But through this divide that has happened in your life, you're recognizing exactly who they are and what they wanted from you and how they treated you. And things that used to be acceptable are not. Now you're in a place of acceptance, and now that you are releasing, abundance is going to come in. Remember, the people who sabotage you, what they want you to do is just sit there like this. They want you to sit there, and they don't want you to move while they move forward. They step on top of you, they climb up, and they keep going while you just sit there and say, what just happened? I love them. I can't walk away. I can't relocate, because what if they try and knock on the door? I can't change where I'm at because they may try to find me. And what if they need me? If they need you, they will find you. We have an AI automated world right now at our fingertips, and we can find anybody. Okay, everything is starting to come through again. It's very much like 2020. So all of these things that we saw popping into our emails, floating through, if you remember back that far, it's kind of coming back, but now it's more concrete. Okay, you'll notice it's more concrete, and this isn't a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing, where everything is going to be shown. Remember, as we go forward, this is no longer going to be acceptable, what you've been dealing with. But the beautiful part about this, regardless of whether you're with them or not, is the happy, fond memories that you have of this family member, of this person, of your child, of your parent. The happy, fond memories that you have is what's going to keep that beautiful tie that will eventually bring you back together. And some of you may have just heard from them, Mercury in retrograde, while others of you are getting ready to hear from them over the next few months in the next cycle of Mercury going retrograde. It is really a powerful, powerful time right now for families in dealing with the sign of Gemini. There is this movement, and I'm not talking about the real red movement, that's part of it. I'm talking about movement in your energy field, because remember, you got this card in the beginning, and you have it with family. This is a family cycle. This is a breaking, ending an old pattern and starting a new pattern, rewriting, redesigning your destiny, because you are no longer going to sit here. If that's you, if that's your partner, they're going to get up. And I've been working with people to help them overcome this quick in 1 or 2 sessions. So feel free to book with me. I won't be offering services for too much longer. I'll be shutting them down, except for people who are already existing customers. And you can check that out. I'll put a little link up here for an $18 service, or you can go to my website. There's something very, very dynamic in the background, and I feel you're going to see somebody who used to be kind of quiet in your family or friends, who was quiet, who was more reserved, the watcher, the person who would observe everything, and most likely they're an empath, highly intuitive, just like you are. I see them rising up, and you're going to see them in a completely different light, and you are going to see their absolute value because they changed and they're coming back into your life. This is not a bad person. This isn't somebody that hurt you. This is somebody who stepped back and was watching everything going on around them. So it's a very powerful, this may be the partnership that I see you teaming up, and that opportunity may be coming from this individual right there. Now let's take a look at romance, okay? Because some of this, it definitely could be a lot of burden in your romance, but you're going to feel lighter times as we go forward. I just feel this when it comes to romance. Let me pull these cards. When it comes to romance, there's a sense of healing, a sense of peace and growth with the sign of Gemini. You're moving forward. Okay, that's what I mean. So with the Six of Swords, what the Six of Swords actually means is it follows the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is that mental conflict, arguing with people, one-upmanship, a lot of negative energy that it's horrible to live through that, right? It's not as bad as the Ten of Swords, but it is not good. It is not good. And it happens repeatedly, oftentimes, for people. The constant fighting you have with your partner. You're getting ready to move forward past that. This is going into a calmer time where the two of you may feel more connected, more on the same page, starting to listen. Some of you, your partner is going to start to listen where I don't feel they were really listening before. Now, obviously, that could have been you. Somebody wasn't listening to the other person. And I see you two sitting down and working things out. You're going to listen. There is some anxiety with this situation because of what you went through, that Five of Swords energy. You got the Nine of Swords again. 8, 9, and 10. Very big numbers for the month of May, 8, 9, and 10. And with this situation, there's just something that's going to come through where after the two of you sit down, because I see you sitting down, you're going to analyze everything. This is what we put into this relationship. We've been together for this long. We've been through this. We've endured this. We've overcome this. And now you're going to decide, do you want a new beginning with the same person, or are you going to go in a different route? And it's going to be different for each and every one of you. But analyzing this, you're going to see things, those happy, fond memories are going to come through right next to the burden of the relationship. So it's like the communication is going to be very broadened between the two of you. And the bottom line, no matter what you choose, you've got the Nine of Cups, a wish being granted. If you wish to be gone from them, that will happen. If you wish to have a relationship, a healthy relationship with them, that will happen. Why? Because that's what I mean. This new moon energy is helping wishes to come true. It's bringing abundance in. Remember, the cups represent abundance, right? So bringing in the abundance as the cup is upright, it can come into it because there's nothing there to prevent it from hitting the bottom of the cup. So it's like reblending your relationship, and it's very, very positive energy. Now, for those of you who are looking for romance, I see you just walking away from anybody that hurt you. You're like, I am so done with that kind of person. I am so done. Maybe even recognizing your stereotype. You know, we have types, right? I like the blonde, green eyes. I like the dark hair, dark eyes. You know, we have these types that we're attracted to. A lot of us are attracted to the bad boy, bad girl vibe. And I feel that this is change for a lot of you. Remember, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Your entire life is changing because you're rewriting your plan, because you've mastered the light and the dark. The sun and the moon, the secrets that you held inside of you, the wishes, the wants, the desires, the craving you had inside of you are now shown. And now you can create this new path with the sun. Okay, so everything that you want has an opportunity to come through. But there is some nervous energy there. But let me tell you, this person that you're getting ready to meet, I feel they're going to be very happy. They're like a different type of energy that you may not have experienced. What I mean by this is, if you've noticed, people are not laughing like they used to. People are not filled with laughter like they were maybe 5-10 years ago. There's less laughter going on. This person is laughing. They're enjoying life. They're feeling inner peace and inner freedom, which I feel for you, Gemini. You'd be like, wait a minute. You're different. And they're different because that's exactly what you asked for. So let's go ahead and take a look at your last guided message. Now I've called in spirit, and of course they've been here helping me through this reading, but let's see what they want to tell you in the end, because this is one of the biggest months for the month of Gemini. It's a huge month. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please do not allow insecurity, Nine of Swords, to hold you back. I will help you. This is coming from Archangel Gabriel. We have never let you down before. We have walked with you through your journey, from the time you were born all the way through today. There are many times you just ignored us as you were whipping through the closet and pulling things out. But yet you heard us talk to you on a certain level, so we know you were listening. But over the last 2 to 3 years, you may have been not hearing everything we said, feeling heavy anxiety, feeling loneliness and fear. You have a very large purpose. Not only do you, but so do the people that you were attached to in your life. And it is time for you to open up and allow everybody come to acceptance. Everybody's going to move into what they are meant to do. And we're going to help you. We're going to help you change your destiny and walk the path that you have created. Now you understand the difference between what you view as right and what you view as wrong. There's a centering inside of you, and we can see it. It's a line from your mind, your body, and your soul. We will guide you so you do not fall. And if you do, we will pick you up where you won't know that you even missed a beat. Call on us. We are here for you. Your archangels, angels, your guides, your guardians, your deceased loved ones are surrounding you to lead you into a world filled of abundance. All right, you guys, I hope this helps you. Much love.